input, what's going on. So making sure that we got good, make sure all of our levels are good. So give me just 1 second, folks, and then we're going to be getting into looking at Reddit and looking at some detailing forums that are on there, and getting an idea of what people's questions are and seeing how we can address that. So give me just 1 sec. All right, so I'm back in action, back with y'all. So we are about to get into this. All right, so you're watching EXQUISITEMAD live. I'm your host for the evening, for the next hour or so. Hope you enjoy this. If you have any questions that are on Reddit, I'm going to be answering that tonight. Kind of getting everything finalized over here. Going to be here for about an hour, and going to be moving through questions that we can answer, and hope that y'all enjoy this. All right, so what's going on, everybody? Waiting for this to power up, and as you can see, we are in there. And welcome tonight to our live stream. We're going to be doing this on a weekly basis. We're going to bring in more people into the channel, more viewers, more subscribers, more stuff, and plus YouTube is requiring us to do live streams on a normal basis, and so that's what we're going to do. So, but give me just one moment. All right, I'm back like I never left. So I am here, and what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be looking at Reddit, and we're going to be looking at the auto detailing forums and the detailing forums and also the car forums to answer detailing questions and general automotive questions. This is going to be real interesting. We're going to be doing this on a normal basis, so we're going to get kind of deep into it. We're going to answer as many questions as what we possibly can within an hour, and we're going to be doing this on a normal basis. So hope y'all enjoy this. This is something that's a little bit different. Going to get some kind of music going in the background here, so that way it won't sound like just my voice, which my voice is fine, but you know, let's see. All right, let's see. So straight into it. We're going to be going into Reddit. This is Reddit forum detailing. And got to give a big shout out to all the mods that are on the detailing forum. And shows us lots of love on the detailing forum. And, you know, so we did post up just a little while ago. We're going to be letting people know, as you can see right here. All right, so there's some recommendations. Overwhelmed by all the options. Okay, and then we had actually posted up earlier. Boom, right here, and they actually showed us some love, so shout out to the mods. Okay, so first one, 49 minutes ago. This is from user CHAPPSSSSS, however many S's are on that. You can see it. I need some recommendations for exterior detailing. Overwhelmed by all the options and don't want to risk damaging the paint more because of doing things improperly or using the wrong products. So he goes on to say, just got an older Corolla that needs some TLC. Just finished detailing the inside, which went well. It looks like new. Never detailed the outside of a car before, though. My main goal is to get all the swirls and light scratches out and just make the overall paint look fresh. Alright, so do you need to clean it prior to clay bar, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so all that you need to do, it depends on what you're trying to do. Mr. Chaps, if you are looking at making the car look brand new again, look on YouTube. You can look on our channel and you can actually see some tutorials of explaining paint correction and stuff like that. Take the information as you may. We're not liable for anything, not liable for any damages or anything. It's just strictly for informational purposes. I encourage you to look at other YouTube channels and look at other auto detailing and paint correction videos if that's what you're looking to do. But if you're looking at just waxing a vehicle, there's plenty of waxes that you could get from AutoZone or Walmart or any of the big box stores. And if you're just a beginner just starting out, just looking at something to put on your car, there's plenty of stuff that's on the shelf that's pretty cheap, $20 or less, really $30 or less, even if you want to get into some of the small ceramic sprays and stuff like that. So anyway, moving on. Anyone here have experience with sap stains? This is from You Makes B 51. So what I would have to say about this, I'm looking at these pictures here. Let's go ahead and click on it. We'll make it bigger. It won't get any bigger, but see if I can zoom in. Looks like tree sap stains. You could use some Goo Automotive, or people say already tried clay bar. Seems like it's under the clear bra. Once that a clear bra off, should I start with scratch remover or go heavier? Why not clay bar after you take the bra off? Look, if it's with a clay bar and that's underneath there, you're on your own. So nothing that I could really answer on that. I was thinking that it was actually just bare paint. So we're doing this in live time. So as you can see, question about LSP. It's a question from Razor 208, 2 hours ago. Looks like a Ford Focus, older Ford Focus. Looks like it, either that or a Fusion. Is it a Focus? Maybe y'all can help me out. Okay. Before, after. Oh, it's a before and after. It looks great. Okay. All right. Fantastic. All right. Cheap alternative. Next person posted. Vote. All right. So no one has voted on this yet. Posted by Quillian It. Cheap alternative to the expensive $10 CAD Canadian. Empty Adams polishes 16-ounce bottles. Echo Max dish soap for $3.99 from the local grocery store. Comes in a decent foaming trigger. Bottle is pretty much the same except slightly bigger. I don't know what you're trying to get at there. You didn't elaborate on that. So moving on. Any idea what this is on my rag top and how to clean it? Now this is a good question. This is from user Conan. Looks like 3 hours ago. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I have a computer over here and I have a big monitor over here. So if you see me looking back and forth, the monitor is pretty big. I mean, it's pretty massive. So so that's what I'm looking at when I'm looking over here, and that's what I'm looking at over here. So any idea what this is on my rag top and how to clean it? Well, looking at this, you could be running into a few different things. So let's see what people say. Possible polish or wax residue. Yeah, I do a spot test with fabric cleaner and soft bristle brush. Anyone polish your car recently? Well, there's no telling. It could be that, or it could be sun bleaching, depending on how old this car is. Which, looking at it, there's no way of knowing. But if this car is parked out in the sun, or if you have washed it repeatedly and it's messed up, and you might be catching it with the light refraction, hitting that fabric just a certain way, and it's making it seem lighter in a certain area, that could be happening in this picture, which I doubt that, because evidently you've seen this for a little bit. It could be that the dye is just wearing out of the fabric. And if that's the case, in all cases of this, I would not want to speculate. What I would give my opinion on, my attitude is, if you don't know, you don't know, and you need to go to a specialist that does know. And someone who deals with fabric is an upholsterer. So you need to go into a upholstery shop and let them take a look at it and give you their opinion, because they are specialized in upholstery. So, all right, moving on. So I'm going to go ahead and back up out of there. You scratched this Phantom 108 MW3 6 hours ago. You scratched this to remove a big scratch on my door. That was successful, but the product created hundreds of mini scratches in the process. Thoughts how to remove these? Looking at this, it's interesting to see this. You're going to have to compound. It looks like you have a handle right here. You need to take this handle off, and it looks like you need to compound. If you've already done this much using scratches to remove a big scratch on your door, I don't know how big it was or how deep it was, but if it was bigger or deeper than these, then that's great. But what I would recommend, in my opinion, would be, without seeing and without being there, just by looking at these pictures, I would say that a compound and then a polish is what I would recommend. A compound and a polish, and see how it goes. And I can't recommend what polish exactly, but but I'm actually going to answer you right now, because this is actually so fresh. It just came across. And you can actually look. Right now I'm going to say addressing your question live on YouTube now. Alright, so just answer to Phantom 108 MW3. So what I would recommend here is compounding and polishing. There's many different products and whatnot, many different ways that you could go about it. For the safest possible way, I would say call somebody. That's always the first option. Call somebody who's an expert in doing paint correction if you can't get it out. If you don't know about compounding and polishing and you're not confident in doing it, and there's plenty of tutorials online how to do it, then call somebody. But this would be called for a good compound and a good polish, or even just a decent medium grade polish. There's a lot of high grade stuff out there. So anyway, all right, so best of luck to you, Phantom 108 MW3. I would say just try to compound and polish. If you can't get it out yourself and you're not comfortable, call AutoDetailer. And if worse comes to worse, bring it to a detail shop or bring it to a paint shop. Here we go. Next person we have posted by you. I don't even know what that says. Lots of work ahead of me. Good luck. Good luck. So, all right, next one. I don't care about this. That's an ad. All right, how easy to learn detailing? I answered this. The detailing portion, it's a loaded question. There's so many different types of detailing models. There's so many different types of services that you can offer. There's a lot of stuff. And to learn it, it takes time. There's no easy, that's from Economy Cut 7355. There's no easy way to really go around it. There's no algorithm to shortcutting the learning process and doing it. So looking for a new career. So if you're looking for a career, it's not going to happen overnight. If you're not in it for the long game and the long haul, you may want to look at something else. Okay, posted by user Oliver JK 8 hours ago. What can I use to make this clean? That looks like staining in that pillar. We're looking at a pillar here in this picture. Let's see here. 2 comments. You only supplied 1 picture here. Is actually just clean mine. Just use some APC. 10-to-1 might be enough. Usually machine polish mine with some all in. Look, all in one. I can't make any suggestions on this, and I can't give an opinion on it because I'm not there to see that in person. I have no idea what that is. That could be chemicals. That could be just wear and tear. That could be anything. That could be a vinyl wrap for all that we know. We don't know. You're not elaborating on what it is. Okay, so next thing. Where to start on this 200,000 mile 1986 Nissan. This is from Cosmic _Jack Donkey. I'm going to say that because I don't want YouTube to kind of get us. So this is, oh my goodness. If you're looking at where to start on this. Okay, so you can polish this car. Looking at the paint on here. If it's not failing, but this right here, this is all over the car, what you're looking at right here, you're in need of a new paint job. You need, what I would recommend before you could even address this and even try to get a polish, you need to actually bring it to a reputable detailer in your area, or you need to bring it to a body shop, because honestly, I would honestly recommend first and foremost, bring it to a body shop. Let them look at the paint, see if it's failing or not. Because if it's failing, you don't want to touch that with anything. You just want to get it repainted. Love it for as much as, you know, and they'll tell you how to deal with it. So, next thing. New finish graphene. As good as wax? Don't know. After cleaning, clay barring, polishing my truck. This is from Soggy Complaint 65. I hit this with new finish graphene coating stuff. You spray on and buff off. Is my truck as well protected as if I were to have waxed it? That's subjective. That's subjective. That's strictly opinion, and that's totally 100% subjective. Is there anything else I might need to do to protect the paint? Look, a wax, depending on the wax, waxes do different things. Some waxes have silicone in it to make it bead and make it shine. Some waxes are straight canuba. Some waxes have more oils and more polishing oils that actually feed the paint. There's different levels. When you're talking about a graphene or a ceramic, those actually bond to the top of the surface of the paint, and you're not really feeding it with anything, you're just sealing it. So in that sense, it's just sitting up on top of the paint. So you're talking about two different things. But when you're talking about a new finished graphene, I'm not familiar with graphene, but I know about ceramics. I've tried out one of the graphene products, a few of them, on our channel and did a product review. Do they work? Yes. As far as for beading, do they look good? Yes. Durability? Have no idea. Does it actually help you paint? I have no idea. All I know is that from what we could see in the product demonstration as far as applying it, and like on the graphene coating that we did on the YouTube, it beaded. That was about it, and it made it shiny. That's it. Aside from that, have no idea what it can do, no idea what it can't do. But I will tell you, go to that. New Finish makes great products. They make the #1 polish. For years, it's been #1. Go to their website. They should have an 800 number on there, or some kind of 855 number, or some kind of contact number. Give them a call. I'm sure that their customer service or live chat with them. Send them an email. Ask them. So moving on. All right, this person says, and that was from Soggy Complaint 65. All right, so next one, Mav Drake. Long time lurker, need advice on removing this. I've already washed and tried pressure on a light pressure with a microfiber towel, but it got better, but this won't go away. What are we looking at here? We're looking at this. Should I attempt a clay bar? Okay, so this is a hard thing to try to address. I just clicked on it to make it a little bit bigger. Being that that's an edge, typically when something is being painted, any of the edges have a little bit tiny minuscule amount less than, let's say, the flatter areas around it. And we're talking about painting here. So being that it's right there, I don't know if this is on the back fender or if this is on the front fender, but I'm gonna assume that that's a door jamb that we're looking at right here, and then also this is just a back fender right here. That could just be wear. Only way that you could really tell is to call someone, have them come out and try to do a light polish or some type of paint correction in that area, and or let them take a look at it first and see if that paint's actually worn away, because they'll be able to tell you. And if it's rough to the touch, that could be an indicator of it either being worn paint or either paint transfer, or either it's just dirty. So there's a lot of things, but you need to call someone, a professional detailer, to come in and take a look at that for you. Wish you the best of luck. All right, next person, Intract Adler. I have no idea how to say that username, but hey, how you doing? Cleaning bugs off new PPF. Just got a new front bumper PPF installed. The installer said not to wash the car for 2 weeks, but I just went on a long drive and got some dead bugs. Can I at least wash them off with some O&R without messing up the PPF? I'm not even going to open up the comments, but I'm going to tell you, call your PPF, your paint protective film installer. Call the people that installed it, bring it to them, call them, bring it to them, and let them tell you what to do. Do not touch it. I do not recommend touching it. Bring it to the installer. Bring it to the professionals who put it on. All right, next person. All right, OK Fisherman 593. Paint on the passenger doors is lifting up from the panel. Why could this be? No idea. Get it repainted. All right, next one. That's the only option that you have. Sorry to be blunt, but that's what we're doing here on these Reddit opinions. Just giving the opinion and trying to offer a little bit of advice. So, my work, sharing knowledge, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, but I don't know if you're really sharing your work. Advertise yourself. Advertise yourself. Leave your number up there. Advertise. That's your work. Advertise it. Because right now it's just going by your LOL. Be proud of what you do. Be proud of what you do. Advertise. Let people know, like, hey, this is me. So, great work. Great work. All right. Shamos. From Shamos or Shamos Towels. Okay. Hey, all. Same person. Axtala LOL. Hey y'all, I'm looking for a very specific Shamos. This Shamos is made out of a sponge material. I was handed this Shamos, whatever. So I don't know where the owner got it, but it's really, really good. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, where can I find it? I have no idea what you consider good and what anyone else considers good. What the next person considers good, it's all subjective. It's all your personal perception. Where you're at, where you're from. It's all personal. So, no telling. No telling. Ask the owner. All right, next person. Budget_fisherman140. How much would you charge to clean this? I'm still starting out, and this is for a family member. So I'm probably going to undercharge anyways, but still want to get an idea of what others might charge, though. Let's take a look here. Seen some other cars that are almost just as bad, but I'm gonna be honest. Depending on the market where you're in, if still starting out, just for a family member. Look, if you're just starting out, you're gonna have to prove your worth in the market. So how much would someone else charge versus someone else? It's all subjective. Is where they're at, what their business is geared towards, what their business model is, etc. Some businesses may not charge much at all on this. Some businesses may charge more. Our business, for instance, depending on the situation, we may not even do this car at all. So it's just not worth it. So, but if someone is in dire need, or let's say if this was a work vehicle or someone was selling it and we were going straight through to do a service, so it's all, then we may do it. But, or if it was a repeat client, and let's say if it was a work vehicle or a service vehicle or something like that, that's a little bit different, or a salesperson's car, something like that, then it's understandable. But just off the cuff, it's all subjective. How much might charge? it's all subjective. And it's also the condition of this car, because I can't tell what brand this car is. I'm trying to look, but I can't tell. But it's not as bad as what it could be, but the sharp objects and stuff, and broken glass and whatnot, I would recommend wearing safety gloves, safety equipment, safety first, safety first, safety first. You need to be wearing some gloves when you're going inside of vehicles that are this dirty. And I'm not talking about one particular person, I'm talking about any vehicle that we do as a business. For instance, we wear safety equipment. Depending on the job, our people wear safety equipment. We personally wear safety equipment, safety gloves. So safety equipment, if you're getting inside of a vehicle that's extremely dirty and you have a pet allergy, for instance, wear a proper respirator, wear something that's proper. But moving on. Postage, scratch on the plastic trim. Any advice? I tried toothpaste, polish wax using a microfiber. Can't tell about a picture, but you need to call an actual detailer. You're probably gonna get very, very frustrated. This is inevitable. _turn _6278. You might just get so frustrated where you just throw your hands up anyway. So just bring it to a detail shop, bring it to an auto body shop, and let them take a look at it. It could be something as simple as polishing it out, or you might be in a situation where it needs to be repainted if it's too deep of a scratch. They'll be able to tell you though. What are y'all using for really tough carpet stains? Depends on the carpet. Not all carpets are made equal. The substrate that's underneath the carpet dictates what you could use. And so, for instance, some people may be able to use a scrubber and use a cleaner, a carpet cleaner, something that's actually a carpet cleaner, and get away with it. Some people need to use a dry chemical. And also you need to follow your manufacturer's directions. So if it's a vehicle, let's say a specialized vehicle, something like a Range Rover, or something even more high-end, like a Lamborghini SUV, a Lamborghini Urus, you need to call Lamborghini and they will instruct you on what to use. But even if you have a let's say a Ford F-150 Platinum, it's going to be different materials, as opposed to, it may not necessarily be the same materials as, let's say, a F-150 XL, the bottom trim level. So they have different materials and different levels of trim. So you need to be very, very careful. When in doubt, ask the professionals who are in control of the manufacturing of these vehicles, because they're going to know what to use cleaning their vehicles. So if it's Ford, go to Ford. If it's Mercedes, go to Mercedes. Ask them. That's the safest thing. That's what we recommend. So, because they may have a product that you just spray on, or you just wipe on, or what have you, and it just takes it out. Who knows? But you need to call them. You need to talk to them. Trying out the new hose attachment on my wheels. All right, let's see it. This is from Spicy Taurus 042. 042 Spicy Taurus. Doesn't seem like a lot of pressure on there, so I don't know. It looks cool though. Hey, if you enjoy it, more power to you. Great. Okay, BVE, this is the user, BVEDELLA. One day ago, slight orange peel on the black truck. Just bought a 2019 Ram Buddy, noticed a slight orange peel on the driver door, and upon further investigating, noticed the fender off a line, so we confirmed it was in a fender bender. Orange peel is 2019. The orange peel on the driver's door is hardly noticeable. My buddy noticed it in the sunlight. My question is since it's not so visible, will buffing with a cutting compound remove it without wet sanding the paint? Just bought a 2019 Ram. Buddy noticed a slight orange peel on the door, and upon further investigating, noticed that it was offline, so we confirmed it was an fender bender. Look, that right there, that first part, you don't know. If you can pull a Carfax report and see if it was an fender bender, great, fantastic. That'll tell you that's something that you can do by yourself. What I would say is, before moving on to anything from here down, okay, I would recommend, before moving from here to this second part, okay, to this, you need to bring it to a body shop, because you need to find out if it was really an fender bender, because they're going to be able to look at the panels and they can look underneath and they can tell signs if it's actually been an fender bender. It may not have been. Some vehicles, you're talking about a 2019 Ram. You're not talking about a Rolls Royce here. So the body panels may not match perfectly. You know, you're talking about a mass production car. It's not going to be 100% perfect on any vehicle. They can only get 99.9% perfect on anything. That's anything in the world. So no one can guarantee 100%. So you need to bring it to a body shop, confirm that it was in a body, in a fender bender. Number one, if it was, then ask the body shop, okay, what can we do to address the orange peel? Because they'll be able to kind of look at it and tell, like, okay, if it's a decent paint or not. They can also take a paint gauge to it and tell the thickness of the paint. And they could tell you if it could even be messed with, because they may just tell you, leave it alone, live with it, move on, be happy, Hakuna Matata. And that's it. So the next thing, posted by user and Han 1 day ago, says leaf blower versus actual car drying blower. So I'm on edge about buying a Milwaukee leaf blower or buying an Adams car cannon. Any tips, experience between the two, or what I should get? Look, if you're in a position where you can afford to get a blower, for instance, if you're in a position to be able to afford a blower, great, fantastic. Go ahead and get that. If you can afford like a car blower, great, fantastic. Go ahead and get it. But if you can't, and you do have some stuff to do around the house and whatnot, you could get a leaf blower. Then you can dry your car with the blower, and you could do some housework. But it's all subjective. What works good, what doesn't, what works better, what doesn't work better. It's all subjective. Because you have people that are out there that are crazy about certain products who will say that that product is the best regardless if it isn't or not. So you need to decide which one is good. Milwaukee's been around, Adam's been around. It's all subjective. It's your choice, it's your money, it's your pocketbook. You do what makes you happy. You just have to ask yourself, are you going to be happy with it? Are you going to have any buyer's guilt? And if you're not, and if you're going to be happy and you're not going to have any buyer's guilt, then get it. That's it. So, posted by you, Marlena Marley 87. Hey, Marlena Marley 87. Okay, restoring dehydrated spots on leather seats. I can tell you right now, before even, just looking at this, the chances of you being able to fix this or correcting this is going to be pretty much slim to none. You could correct it with reupholstering. It looks like this leather is pretty old. It looks like you have a nick right here. It looks like it's pretty much pulling on some of the threads where the upholstery is put together on the sides. It looks like it's kind of warped here on the sides here where my arrow is. It just looks like it's just dehydrated. It looks like it's been wet and dried and it shrank. So we talked about this in one of our videos that we just posted up about a week ago on an aircraft that we were doing and treating the leather. This is from the leather not being hydrated in the first place and getting wet and then shrinking. And the only way that you could actually address this is reupholster or taking the leather apart to be able to re-flash it and replenish the oils in the leather. But the only way to do that is to take it apart, and then, which at that point you're looking at a reupholstery situation, because if you put any type of conditioners on there, you have to be careful about how much you put on, because what's happening is that's perforated. You're only putting it on the surface. The rest of the material and the rest of the liquid is going to go through just like a sponge, and there is a sponge. There's a foam material underneath that, which is the cushion, a foam material that's underneath that leather. And when you're applying any type of liquid to that, I don't care if it's oil-based or laneo, I don't care what it is, it's going to soak through those perforation holes, and it's going to soak into that foam. So you got to be careful with that. And once, if you put any kind of oily-based product on there, it's always going to be in the foam. It's never going to dry out, and then you're looking at more problems. So you may just have to live with it and just try to treat it slowly over time, over months, and however long that you plan on keeping the car. Just try to keep some kind of conditioner on there, and an approved leather conditioner, and that's all that you could do. So that's that. So next one, what if could cause these circular chips and damage? That's from C Conversation 8604. The answer is, I have no idea. No idea. All right, give me 1 second, y'all. Be sure to like and subscribe. Remember to hit that bell. If you're not following, go ahead and follow. We're going to be doing this on a normal basis. We're going to have to be doing this pretty much weekly, maybe multiple times a week, because YouTube is asking every creator to do live streams and also shorts, even though I don't personally like doing shorts, neither does anyone else. Anyone else on our team or with the company. But we have to do this. So I am going to change the music here because this music sucks. I'm gonna go into something else here. Okay, there we go. All right, something a little bit more uplifting, a little bit more that's a little bit more rah-rah instead of something that's a little bit more zaza. Okay, so here we go. All right, so absolute best product for deep cleaning seats. Hi, hopefully this doesn't go against rule number 4. I just want to know what product you guys can recommend for really cleaning a seat as far as odor and body oils. I mean, really deep clean. Do any of you ever remove cushions and wash them that way? If so, is it a pain to get them off? This is from trick_. I got to read these comments to y'all. So let me read this again to y'all. This is an AutoDetailing. This was 1 day ago. Hi. This doesn't go against number 4 because Reddit has rules, and you can't post up certain things on the rules because you have to respect the community. This person wants to know, I just want to know what product you guys can recommend for really cleaning a seat as far as any odor and body oils. I mean, really deep clean. Do any of you ever remove cushions and wash them that way? If so, is it a pain to get them off? Some of these people are saying, what do you mean by removing cushions? The original poster, trick_, says, no, I mean the actual seat cushions from like the driver's seat underneath the cloth. Ugh. Look, in this kind of situation, I would recommend that you call somebody. Call someone. And if it's cloth seats, call Stanley Steamer. Call someone that's reputable who could do that deep of a cleaning, because they have big trucks and they have the insurance, they have the know-how to be able to strictly do super dirty cloth and carpets and cushions and stuff like that. So I would call them, call Stanley Steamer, talk to the experts. They're the experts when it comes to that. When you're talking about something that's that dirty, if it's all the way down through you're out of the realm of, I think, in an opinion, not a fact, just an opinion. You may be out of the realm of just being able to scrub the surface. I mean, if it's that bad. So this right here, how to do in a 6-hour detail. So we're moving on. So detailing. User detailing. How did I do on this 6-hour interior? You did great. Wait. You did fantastic. Kudos. Okay, so next one. Yakaman. Yamakai man. Someone recommend how to get rid of these white spots. Ugh. Call a detailer. That's it. Call a detailer. Unless someone is actually physically putting their eyes on it and their hands on it and feeling it and figuring out what it actually is, there's no way of knowing just by looking at it on Reddit. There's no way that anybody can give you an honest answer. You have to actually bring it to someone, a body shop or either an auto detailing shop, someone who can actually really put their eyes on it. Oddly satisfying, wet sanding. Yeah, we're going to skip over that. All right, it's not summer without a little chaos. And a little all right, this is ad. This person says, posted by Entertainment number 8504. First time in over 10 years detailing. I've encountered something like this. It was like you have run across something that I don't think anybody really knows what that is. That could be staining. That could be Bpf over the top of that. And it could be staining. There's no way of knowing. This right here, this is supposed to be Mom, M-O-M-I-M-A-M-O-M-U-M-U 2 days ago. It says, ordered a brand new bike, looks like someone tried to polish the fender. This is a brand new bike. I don't know what that is. Never seen that before. Not on a new bike. I would recommend that you call the manufacturer or whoever you ordered the bike from. And address it with them. That's horrible. And you're probably right. I mean, you know, whatever. Oh, look, this is our post here. People appreciate it. You know, this is how to wax and compound a boat. People enjoy it. No problem. Thank you for the detailing form. Shout out. All right, so Dr. Comfort posted, how can I save this paint? Or is it already too far gone for a DIY fix? I think that it could be paint corrected. If it's just oxidation, there is an opportunity of doing just a paint correction on it if it's just oxidation. But if you look here and you see like this paint looks like it's failing here, would it make it look better? We don't know. There's no way of knowing. You just have to try. But I wouldn't do it yourself. I would call a detailer if you've never polished or compounded or polished or did a paint correction before. This is not the time to try to experiment on your own. Never experiment on a car. Always try to use some test pieces, some test fenders, some test panels from a junkyard or something like that. Never ever start just on a vehicle practicing how to compound and polish. That is irresponsible and just, it might be a recipe for disaster. So, moving on. Posted by CL_solutions. Headlight restoration. Need to cut in buff or AIO compound or just a buff after sanding. Looking at picking up a headlight restoration. Needs to do mine and a wife's cars and possibly go side hustle. Or attempted, just wanted to practice on hours and then some friends for the pictures. Have 600,000, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 ordered. Others in a possession. Pick up some ceramic for protection. I'm not a detailer. May try to paint correction steps on my truck in time, but mainly in a quote, in-depth wash guide, end quote. Really, I don't have any compounds to polish at the moment. Oh, looking at MO 105 and 205, if both needed, are Minerza compounds and polishes. And, let's see. Thanks. Okay, so. Alright, so when sanding, okay, and I'm just going to go out on a limb here. Jumping from 600 to 1,000 is too quick of a jump. You may want to go from 600 to 800, then 1,000. You may want to start at as low, depending on how bad it is, you may want to start at 400. If it's, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, or you can go from 2,000 to 3,000. But don't know how bad it is. You may not even need that. You may just need simply a compound on your headlights. Strictly using a compound. You may be able to do it by hand. You may not even need the sand. And if this is another option, you may be able to, instead of you doing this, if it's your headlights and you plan on keeping a car, you could bring it to a customization shop, and sometimes customization shops, sometimes customization shops can re-clear it and actually put a clear coat over the headlight and re-clear coat your headlights. That's another option. So I hope that helps. CL_solutions. I would follow the manufacturers of whatever kit that you get. If you're going to go through a kit, it sounds like you're going to go through a kit. And since you're asking, I did the sanding compound and buff or just buff. Look, it's all subjective, but you need to just continue doing some research. You need to do some plastic polishing, do some practice on some plastic, and you'll get it right. Trial and error. If you're looking at doing this as a business, you're going to have to get some practice in. You're going to have to, and there's no other way to do it but do it. That's it. Make sure you have insurance, though. If you're looking at doing this as a side hustle, you need to get some general liability insurance, and you need to, and before touching anyone's cars, you need to practice a lot. And I would say go to a junkyard, try it at a junkyard. That way you don't risk messing anything up. So that's what I would try. That way you're not liable for anything. You're not messing anyone's good car up. Dr. Color Chip Raised Surface. Ooh, this is interesting. Aggravated Egaminimum. 2 days ago. Raised surface. Help! Okay, so this person says that they have a raised surface. If you did a paint touch-up, okay, and it looks like this was down to the metal. Let me replay this so everyone can see. He's pointing to this bottom section in the bottom right corner here. And what it is, what we're looking at here, is a paint touch-up. If it's raised and you already went through the whole process, you could wet sand it. Following wet sanding techniques, you may want to wet sand it. Practice on a test panel. As I'm saying, a lot of people need to get test panels. They need to just get a test panel out of a junkyard. That way they're not actually trying it on their actual car, because a customer's car, because otherwise, if you're trying to experiment on your own car, especially in this situation with wet sanding or compounding or something, you don't have any kind of room to go backwards or forwards on. So just something to think about. So yeah, but you can do something with that. It may be. If it's actually raised, you can wet sand and buff it, bring it down. You may have to actually repaint that and retouch up all the way together. You just have to check and see. If you don't know what you're doing, call a detailer. Call a paint shop. They can touch it up for you. Something to think about. All right, so extractor for a noob, a new person doing this. This is from I'ma Be Honest user. I'ma Be Honest. All right, using it for just for his car. Question: which is a good extractor you guys would recommend for this use? If there are any major differences in cleaning power between these extractors, I'd like to know about a mid-range one, and also I'd be thankful if you recommend a good cleaning product to accompany with it too. Look, okay, so number one, which one works the best is subjective. It's subjective. The other thing is too, as far as cleaning products, when you get a extractor, depending on the brand of the extractor, it will sometimes tell you to use a specific product in their machine only. So you just can't mix and match chemicals because it'll actually mess up the internals of the machine and the fittings and stuff like that internally. So follow the manufacturer. So what you need to do, you need to look at some companies like Bissell that's out there. You can look at Bissell. You could look at Black & Decker. You could look at Home Depot. You could look at a lot of different companies that are out there that sell them. Just go online, check it out. Check out Amazon. Do your research. Search around. But the sky's the limit with extractors and what you're trying to do. Some of them could cost you $2,000. Some of them could cost you $200. So it's all subjective. It's within your budget. What do you plan on doing? And you need to look. And when you look at these different manufacturers and you look at these different products, it will tell you what it's capable of doing. Then you could go to YouTube, and then you can see reviews on it. Then you can actually see videos of it. The internet is an amazing thing. YouTube is an amazing thing. So it's pretty cool. So give me just 1 second, guys. Let me click over here. Coming up on 55 minutes, 38 seconds. Got another 5 minutes here, y'all. So we're going to go to Can Coat Evo or Graphene or Adams Graphene ceramic spray coating. Anyone had experience with both of these coatings and can share their experience? No, can't. And that was from Quellen It. It was posted 2 days ago. So I'm sorry, can't help you. All right. This one right here. First time using extract doesn't seem to actually leave the area dry and stays rather damp. That's going to happen with most extractors. It looks like you're using a Bissell right there. A Bissell extractor. Looks like a smaller one, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's not your machine. What it is just a nature of using an extractor. If you notice that carpet cleaning companies, when they come in and they clean your carpets in your house or wherever you're at, when they come into your house, they always say turn the fans on, turn your air conditioner on, turn it down low. That way it keeps the air circulating and it'll let the carpet dry. The extractor pulls out as much as possible, but it's always going to leave it a little damp. So the best thing that I could say is don't freak out about this. Just know that it's normal. Just know that it's just a thing, and be happy that you came out with a clean surface. It looks like so, and I hope it smells good, and I hope you're happy with it. But don't overthink it. This person right here sharing knowledge. It looks like that's on YouTube. We're not going to a YouTube video. We're going to go to user ENDRIENBO. Roop's medium yellow wool pad durability. I have used it on 2 panel. Washed by hand. Used it two more times in the same way, and then I see the foam is ripping apart. Okay. That's wear and tear. What we're looking at right here, Mr. Adrian Bow, that's wear and tear. These pads are only going to last so long. You really need to baby them. It could be a number of different things. It could be that the edge of the pad is touching onto another surface. So for instance, if we had this here and this is the edge of your pad and it's touching on to another surface, it's just rubbing against that edge of that pad, and it's wearing it, and it's taking out that foam that is in between the backing of the pad and the foam itself. The other thing is too, the torque of the machine that's actually torquing it and turning it. When you're putting that pad up against that surface and it's turning and it's rotating round and round, it's grabbing, there is friction there, it's pulling it. So eventually over time, these pads, that backing plate, that Velcro that's on that backing may stick on there, and eventually you could, over time, if you use that pad enough, and if you're just using it on a high speed and you're using a lot of product on the pad, for instance, and it's going through a lot of nasty paint work, for instance, and you've got the pad with a lot of product and it's on there, it could be grabbing, or if it's too dry, it could be grabbing. Eventually that torque anyway is going to take that pad and is going to twist it apart. It's basically just like if you open a jar of jelly. If you twist it, it's gonna pop, it's gonna open, it's gonna disconnect. It's just what's gonna happen. This thing is eventually gonna fall apart. All pads do. It's just the nature of it. If you're running a business, that's just the cost of doing business. And now you're getting into a whole nother thing. And if you're not charging enough, you need to figure out your break-even points and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff there to unpack. So we're not going to even start off with that. What I would say is this pad is not going to last forever. This is normal wear and tear. Eventually that pad is going to fall apart. And I've seen some pads where the entire backing of it sticks to the polisher, sticks to the backing plate of the polisher, and then the pad is left there, and then it's just flapping, or either half the pad is still connected to the backing of the pad and it's just flopping. You know, that's just wear and tear. We never let it get to that point. We just toss them. Like if they get funky and they start looking like they're just falling apart or look like they're getting weak, it doesn't really serve the purpose. It makes working harder, and it makes more time having to re-go over stuff. So we just get rid of it. So anyway, that's about it for tonight. I hope everyone has enjoyed this. It's going to be a normal thing. We just hit 1 hour. Appreciate everyone. Again, this may not get a whole lot of views because live streams typically don't get a lot of views. You know, because we're going to have to do this on a normal schedule basis. Try to do it every Saturday. Try to do it a couple of times a week. And because it's what YouTube is recommending creators do now. So that's what we're doing. So at least an hour, a couple times a week. So, and also we could help people on Reddit. That's awesome. We're going to do that. Hopefully it does give some insight to people. Hope everyone enjoys. Be sure to like and subscribe. Remember to hit that bell. If you're interested in having your automobile or aircraft detailed, please contact EXQUISITEMAD at 800-292-2341. That's 1-800-292-2341. And just to let you know, disclaimer, due to factors beyond the control of Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC, Exquisite Mobile Auto Detailing, Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC cannot guarantee against improper use or unauthorized modifications of this information. Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC assumes no liability for property damage or injury occurred as a result of any of the information contained in this video. Use this information at your own risk. Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC recommends safe practices when working on vehicles and or with tools seen or implied in this video. Due to factors beyond the control of Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC, no information contained in this video shall create any expressed or implied warranty or guarantee of any particular result. Any injury, damage, or loss that may result from improper use of these tools, equipment, or from the information or opinions given and contained in this video is the sole responsibility of the user and not Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC. So, hope everyone has a good night, and that pretty much sums it up. So, appreciate it. Thank you very much. See y'all next time. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all just a promo video out of here since we're headed out. And here we go. Have a good night. That we can answer. We may spend about 20 more minutes on this, so we'll just see what we can do. So, hope y'all enjoy. Give me just about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and be back. I'll be back in just a second. Come here. I'm going to go ahead and come out of here, and I'm going to come here, I'm going to spend just a few minutes. I'm going to back out of here. This is cars. So let's see. We're going to do... auto detailing, detailing. We're going to come here. Now we are on the auto detailing, the detailer's domain. And we're going to take a look at this. And let's see. Bi-weekly assistance. See, now we just started doing this live, and it looks like we did it just on the auto detailing deal. We did it about 3-4 days ago, and we did it live. And now the mods doing an asking assistant post. That's fine, great. But we're going to give that interaction from experience and also know-how, and we're going to give you honest opinions. And yeah, that's the only thing that we could really do. So again, disclaimer, must read this disclaimer. Disclaimer is going to go like this. Due to factors beyond the control, right here, Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing LLC cannot guarantee against improper use or unauthorized modifications of this information. Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing EXQUISITEMAD LLC assumes no liability for property damage or injury occurred as a result of any information contained in this video. Use this information at your own risk. Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing EXQUISITEMAD LLC recommends safety practices when working on vehicles and or with tools seen or implied in this video. Due to factors beyond the control of Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing EXQUISITEMAD LLC, no information contained in this video shall create any expressed or implied warranty or guaranteed of any particular result. Any injury or damage or loss that may result from improper use of these tools, equipment, or from the information contained in this video is the sole responsibility of the user and not Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing EXQUISITEMAD LLC. So, getting right into this is headlight restoration on my 370Z. This is on the Reddit Auto Detailing, the detailer's domain form. It looks like second time doing it. Please let me know if I could do better. That was a humble flex. Humble flex. That was awesome. That is great work. That looks great. Fantastic. That looks great. And that is user Stevie Z562. Good job, Stevie. Awesome. Promotion, before and after. We're not going to worry about that. Before and after. First paint correction. Before and after. Found another use for car polish today. That's pretty cool. Before and after. Thought she was worn. Don Longati. It's pretty good. Alright, so now getting into this. It says posted by educational_fig_7570. Meg's Ultimate Paste Wax. Just a heads up, my local AutoZone has Maguire's Ultimate Paste Wax on sale for $15. Sure if it's all locations, but thought this was worth mentioning. It's pretty good. Pretty awesome. From the producer, Barbarian movie, that's something. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to say general question, do I need to polish twice or once? This is general question from Biggie Gigantic 54. Do I need to polish 2 times, 2x, in parentheses, once with abrasiveness and then a finishing polish? I have a finishing polish and a polish that is a bit more abrasive. After polishing with the higher grot, do I need to polish again with the finishing polish? Talking about paint correction, you can actually go on our page. We actually have some videos pertaining to paint correction. It's just informational. You can it gives you just a basic rundown of it. You'll have to just go to our page, search in the search bar for that EXQUISITEMAD paint correction, polishing, buffing, and you'll be able to pull it right up right there. But paint correction is a whole thing in itself, and there's many different products that you could use. So compounds and polishes, depending on the paint that you're using, the environment, the humidity, the everything, your desired finish, everything else. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? Yeah, we're just going to keep moving. So good luck with that. Posted by Ustorm Tempest 1 day ago. Colonite 845 on wrap. Hi everyone, I have a question about sealants. Would something like Colonite 845 be safe on a wrap, not PPF or vinyl wrap? I would assume so, but just asking to double check. Okay, I'm going to say it like this. This is what you need to do. You need to come over here and you need to say Colonite 854 uses. Okay, when you come here, when in doubt, you want to pull up right here. As it's taking just a few minutes, I'm going to eat me another strawberry right while I was coming up here. Okay, as it's coming up, reviews. Here's all your reviews. It is a finishing wax. Okay. So what you need to do, you need to come back up. Facts. Right here. This is a Colonite website, y'all. This is what you need to do. Which product is recommended to preserve? Which product is recommended to preserve and maintain a coat of 845? Can 845 be applied over existing coatings and paint protection film? Can it be used by hand? So we're going to look at this for paint protection film. Ceramic coatings. If professional detail seeking 845 soda wax as a topper for ceramic coatings. Check with the coating manufacturer whether a Canuba polymer. Okay. Paint protection film, PPF. Insulated wax was tested successfully by the tech department at Expel PPF. That is Expel PPF. For additional information on Colonite's wax and compatibility with PPF, please contact us directly at tech@colonite.com. So, Mr. or Mrs. or they, them, whatever your respected pronouns are, short dash Tempest. When you're asking would something like Colonite 845 be safe on a wrap, not PPF or vinyl wrap, I would assume so, but just asking. You need to contact Colonite, as stated here on the website, tech@colonite.com. So hope that helps you out. Okay, next one, general question, best favorite APC. I don't know, all-purpose cleaner. I assume that that's what you mean. Let's see here. Let me go back here. Best favorite APC is subjective. No one's going to be able to answer that. I know that you got 24 comments on here. It's all subjective, and all subjective to what you're using it on. You know, it all dictates what you're going to be using, and we're not going to elaborate any more on that. So you need to really look at that. You need to look at what you're trying to do, what surface you're trying to apply it to. You need to look at each individual product descriptions, the instructions, all that kind of stuff, and you need to make that decision on your own. So we're not gonna be able to help you. So general question: touch up before or after polishing. This is from JARKEB, user JARKEB. Touch up before or after polishing. I'm going to be doing a 3D1 pass on my orbital before ceramic coating the car this weekend. Should I apply paint touch up before polishing or after? I'll be wiping down the prep before the ceramic coating, but I think it would be best time to touch up, as the polisher might agitate the fresh paint. Ceramic coating is already a delicate process. Opinion, I would say, number one, you don't have all the stuff that you need here. So if you're going to be doing a heavy touch-up, I would recommend, before you do any type of touch-ups, you need to look at the surface and you need to do a color match. You need to get the proper kit. If it's a single stage paint versus a base and clear. The other thing that you're going to need to do is you're going to need to do the touch-up. Let the paint cure between stages of doing a touch-up. If it's a two-stage touch-up, base and a clear. You may need to look at doing a sand, wet sanding it. If it's raised up, you need to wet sand it out, then compound it, then polish it. Or you may just be able to touch up, and if it's a deep chip, it may just settle in there and it may be acceptable. It's all subjective to what your situation is. But either way, touch up, then polish. Touch up, cure the paint either with UV lights or pulling it outside for a little while and let the sun bake it on a hot day. Let it just bake it in. Polish it, do your paint correction, and then apply the ceramic coating after doing your prep, wipe down, whatever the ceramic coating manufacturer says for you to do before applying the ceramic. That's what you need to do. But as far as from that point forward, after the paint correction, that's all ceramic based. I'm not going to get into that. That has to do with the product manufacturer, what they recommend for you to do, like what you're saying, this just wipe down and all this kind of stuff, which whatever. But from a paint touch-up, polishing, compounding aspect on this end, nothing to do with ceramic. Paint touch-up, let it cure. Polish, compound, do whatever you need to do in between that, in between stages, what have you. Smooth it out. Then after that, then you could start doing whatever you have to do to apply that particular ceramic coating. So, hope that helps, and go by manufacturer specifics on that. For all ceramic coating manufacturer, whatever. So, what have you. User Skeleton. Labor Day sales. Who's got the deals? I'm looking for a new polisher. It's all subjective. You can go to Harbor Freight and get a polisher, or you can go to AutoGeek, or you can go to wherever. You can get a polisher from anywhere. You can order it offline. You can order it directly from Porter Cable. You can get it from anywhere. So Home Depot, you just got to look. The time that you spent on here, a simple Google search. So, what would be your sole car detailing brand of choice if you had to stick to only one system? Good question. User Nature Aquarium. This is a loaded question, because what system are you talking about? So you go on to ask. I'm the type of person that likes everything organized and neat, and right now my detailing shelf looks so odd to me, with different bottle shapes, colors, and Maguire's product here, Griot's Garage product there, Adams, Neon V Care, P&S, 3D, you name it. I kind of want to stick with one brand and transition fully as I use up the chemicals I have. I only detail my wife's car and mine. Okay. Sometimes my immediate family when I'm filming like that. I don't necessarily need the gallons and gallons of stuff, just one system. They're all products that are decent enough to buy. Right now, I'm deciding to be between Griot's, Adams, and P&S. What is your go-to brand when it comes to chemicals? Wow. What a question. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta feed puppy dog here. There you go. Gave him a strawberry. Love strawberries. Got the strawberries. So anyway. Alright. So next. So what I would recommend here is you need to go with what's in your budget, and you need to go with what you want. Because if you're just doing it at your house, no one's going to see it. I understand that you may not like the different bottle shapes, colors of Maguire's product here, Griot's Garage here, Adams, and they're all great products. And it's all subjective to what you like and the finish that you like and your budget. So you get what you want. And, if you're asking what stuff, depends on what you're doing. If you're doing paint correction, depends on the paint. Depends on your car. It depends. It's all subjective because there's no one product that fits all. And there's always going to be a product that is a product line or a brand that is going to be better in some areas and in some areas not. Some product brands specialize in a particular area, but then they have other products that they offer in underneath their brand and underneath their line. So there's something to think about. So it's all subjective. But I hope you have a great day, Nature Aquarium. I hope you have a great and fantastic day. Appreciate answering your question. Okay, general question. Ooh, good question. Let me, give me just 1 second, everybody. Give me just 1 second. Okay. So, since I'm back, this is a great question. I'm going to go ahead and click on this because I actually want to dive. I want to dive deep into this. I want to go down this rabbit hole. Which one do you trust for your leather cleaning? Okay, goes on to ask. This is from posted beginning call 1641. Which would you choose to clean leather? Express Interior Leather Cleaner, Car Pro Inside, or Maguire's Leather and Vinyl Cleaner? Ooh, let's see what people say. Whew. This person says, I don't understand the hype around Express Interior Cleaner. These are answers. These are people engaging on Reddit. I don't understand the hype around Express Interior Cleaner. It really has a strange smell. Definitely leaves something strong behind. Or definitely leaves something behind. Say griots. If it only came in bulk, I'd get 3 gallons. P&S Interior Cleaner. This person says P&S works very well. I like it both for vinyl and leather. More than any others I use for. Griot's Interior Cleaner is amazing. So no color or scents. You see what I'm talking about in the last questions that people posted. It's all relative. It's all to what you like and what you want and to what you love. You know, and it's all perspective. It's all subjective. You may like the smell of this product. You may like this one because it's more shiny than this one. Yeah. So anyway, let's keep going. Woolite and water at 20-to-1 dilution for deep cleaning, and O&R dampened towel for a wipe down. This person asked, that person right there was Scott Wax. Next person, PSTCHO, are you taking deep cleaning because it's dirty? This is how it's written out. That's how it's written out. I understand. Are you talking deep cleaning because it's dirty or general maintenance? The original poster said general maintenance. This person right here, this next person, Super Shine, replied and said anything Car Pro, Maguire's, or Mother's has never let me down. This person says Griot's 3-in-1 leather. This person says P&S is good, but Griot's is better in my opinion. This person threw out ammo. Lather works pretty well. Shout out to Ammo NYC. Shout out to Larry. Shout out to Larry. Out there. Okay. This person says, I can't believe this is details Reddit. No one has mentioned leather Queek, leather Unique. All these name brands are blank, full of chemicals and fake fragrances that harm the leather. Leather Unique process truly restores and protects the leather. Leather is not supposed to be shiny. Shiny equals dirty. That's subjective. Just Google leather Unique. Once you use it, you'll understand and take the patience and not spray on, wipe off. It draws out the dirt and the oils, so literally make the leather look better than new. Just that process takes about 8 hours. Cleaner and rejuvenator. Prep the leather with rejuvenator, then let it bake in the sun. Hit it with the cleaner in warm water, and the results are insane, and it doesn't leave the car smelling like artificial leather scent. This person replied to that person, which was accomplished-mud4227, and said, Leather Conique is great, but it isn't what anyone should use for general maintenance cleaning. This person says Zano leather in a bottle. Okay. So the original poster is getting all this stuff. All these people are just giving their subjective opinions. Chemical Guys is nothing but a branding company. Lots of sponsoring. The first brand I bought when I started detailing was Chemical Guys, and mostly because the ads got me personally. Only a few of their products. The rest aren't that good. You would pay for watered down products. Look, that's your opinion. Again, that's a subjective comment. That is an opinionated comment. I'm not going to be giving any type of opinion on which product is better because it's subjective. All these products are great. Chemical Guys must be doing something great because it's in all the stores. And people love them. People love all these products. People love Zano. People love Maguire's. People love Turtle Wax. People love all of them. People love everything. You know, it's all subjective. So this person said they're really geared towards a hobby. People are just elaborating on this. Sonax leather. This person's saying Sonax, another woolite. Maguire's leather cleaner and conditioner. Using after PS Express and scuffs. This person says steam the leather and open the spores if you have one. If not, then spray on your favorite leather cleaner like P&S Express Detailer or foaming leather upholstery cleaner. Put a microfiber on your Dehydrated machine. And go to town. You'll never see a cleaner leather seat. Then dry it off with a microfiber towel and you're done. Add conditioner if you want, but not required as most of them. They just got a bad thumbs down. They had 3. I just gave them 4. What I will say is this. I'm not going to give any. It has nothing to do with any of these products. Nothing to this. Okay. Leather cleaner like P&S Express. Okay. If it's meant for upholstery and leather, great, fantastic. What I am giving it a thumbs down for is steaming the leather. If it is real, true leather, and it's real, true leather. Talking about real tan leather, and if it's real leather and it doesn't have a vinyl, it's not vinyl, it's not pleather, it's real leather. You could go watch our last video on that. If you steam leather, it is dead cow skin, or it could be elk skin, or in some exotic vehicles it could be deer or reindeer. So, and they do have that. So in vehicles, they have ostrich, they have alligator. There's vehicles that have that in them. We run across them, and also even in aircraft and private aircraft, motorcycles have ostrich seats, stuff like that. You don't use a steamer on that. If it's real leather, then what happens is if you're steaming, you're shrinking the leather, you're drying it out, and leather has to go through a process of cleaning. You go through a proper cleaning process. You clean it. You clean out the pores just as if it was your own living skin. And then just like if you take a hot shower and it dries your skin out and you feel really, really kind of ashy looking and you have to get some lotion or whatnot or cocoa butter or what have you, and you have to put it on your skin, on your arms and everything to moisturize your skin. That's basically the same concept with leather, but you have to use the right conditioners to recondition and replenish those oils and replenish those nutrients back into that leather. Leather can last a lifetime. Leather can last over 100 years. Real leather can, if it is maintained correctly. So totally opposed to the steaming the leather. If you run across anyone that works with leather, a leather crafter, a person that makes saddles, a person that does custom leather work, they will never use a steamer. Never. Not if they're a real professional, because they're doing the exact opposite. So, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Go with the experts. If you're dealing with someone who's dealing with body panel gaps, for instance, that has nothing to do with a detailer. That has to do with auto body. If you're dealing with something where you're dealing with electronics malfunctioning, You're not dealing with an auto detailing. You're now dealing with a auto mechanic or the dealership where you can bring that car and have it looked at. If you're dealing with the radio, bring it to the dealership and an audio specialist. Same thing, so on and so forth. If you're dealing with something like a lift kit, you need to bring it to a customization shop. If you're dealing with wheels, you need to bring it to a wheel shop, and so on and so forth. That's where it needs to be. So if those specialists are not doing that particular practice, that just is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. There's no refuting it. I mean, so yeah. So this goes back to the original poster. So let me go ahead and see the. Yep, this person just replied, steaming the leather is a good way to destroy the top coat. I personally would never do this and caution anyone reading this to be wary. This extremely aggressive way of cleaning leather could very well cause some serious damage to leather. Softer leathers. It also seems like it can potentially strip the protective clear coat on the leather and drastically shorten its lifespan. So I'm not the only one. You can see this right here, but I'm giving an actual explanation into that. So some of the detailers may like that, may not like what I'm saying, but I don't care. So that's just it. So not going to advise anyone to do something that's going to destroy real leather. Again, if it's pleather, if it's vinyl, if it's plastic, that may be able to be used, but it's not necessary. We don't use steamers, so we don't have to. We don't have to. So all these people, again, is saying try it yourself, all this kind of stuff. Okay, so going back up, I'm just letting y'all see this. So which do you trust for leather cleaning? And I'm going to give you the simplest answer to beginning call 1641. Any product, and this is just it, are you ready? Any product that is an actual product that says that it's made for leather cleaning and conditioning. Simple answer. The finish that it leaves, the smell of it, everything else, you have to figure that out for yourself, what you like and what you don't like. If you like to smell, great. That's up to you. The thing that I will say is that if it is real leather, use a leather cleaner and conditioner. It doesn't matter what brand. It's all subjective. It's what you want. We're not going to disclose what product that we use for whatever that we do because it's proprietary. But what I will say is that when addressing something like leather or something like wood or something like carbon fiber, we're not just running and just using another product on that. No, you use the product that is labeled for that, and it gives you the instructions, and make sure that it's color fast, and make sure that if you buy leather cleaner, that it says on there it's for leather. If you see a vinyl cleaner and it says don't apply it to leather, don't apply it to leather. Follow the manufacturer's instructions. So, something to think about. So, I'm going to back up out of here. Hope that gives some insight to that. This person says, hi everyone, I just have some questions. I recently was recommended to purchase some Chemical Guys products for my own personal use. So I did. This is from Special Mud. That way I can scroll down and let y'all see this. Special Mud 6501. It says, hey everyone, I just have some questions. I recently was recommended to purchase some Chemical Guys products for my own personal use. Good job. Fantastic. So I did. I purchased a butter wet wax and a ceramic coat hydro wax. Not familiar with that one. I clay barred my car and waxed it with butter wet wax last weekend. The car looked alright, but not a mirror finish or anything. I washed my car yesterday and didn't beat at all. Like no wax was even applied. I don't know how to wax, so it wasn't technique. I do know how to wax, so it wasn't a technique problem. I've had good outcomes previously on other vehicles. So my question is, what is the best product for a black vehicle? I want it to shine, okay, to repel water and some dirt. I know wax has its limits, but I would love to get that crystal clear shine out of the black paint. I would appreciate it. I appreciate the advice in advance. People say here, some of these people on here are just trashing chemical guys. I don't agree with trashing any company. I think all companies have their strong suits, and I think that all companies are good in their own way. And so some companies we've ran across products with some companies where the packaging looks bland, looks like paste. It looks about as basic as this thing of strawberries here. Just basic, but the product inside of it is great. So whatever. So what I would recommend. So I'm not gonna read through all these because these people are just trashing products. So here's the thing. This person right here, some of the chemical guys stuff is decent. I'm not getting into that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you some advice. Special Mud 6501. Okay. Special Mud special mud 6501. The thing that you may want to do if you got some Chemical Guys products, I would recommend going to a Chemical Guys store. They normally call them Detail Garage. They're next to, they're in a lot of major cities. I don't know where you're located. If you don't have that, then I would call Chemical Guys directly. Just like I recommend with any company, if it's Colonite, or email them. You can email Chemical Guys. I'm sure that someone's going to be there. Just like you can call or email Maguire's, or you can call and email any of these companies, Armorall, whoever. They always have someone that you can call or some way to contact them. Most of the time, they would be able to direct you, but it says that you say that I clay barred my car and waxed with the butter wax last weekend. The car looked all right, but not an air finish or anything. Washed my car yesterday. Didn't beat it all. No wax was even applied. Do know how to wax so that I wasn't taking outcomes previously. Had good outcomes previously on the vehicles. What is the best? Repel water and some dirt. I know wax has its limits. Like that, get that crystal clear shine out of the black paint. Okay, so let me explain this. Wax protects, paint correction and compounding and polishing, just different things. So let me break this down. Compounding corrects swirls and light imperfections, okay, in the paint. Swirls, holograms, it can correct that. Can possibly. Now, if there's enough paint there for you to be correcting and compounding, so you need to run it by, if it's an older vehicle, run it by a paint shop, tell them to hit it with a paint gauge, and tell them, hey, can you please use a paint gauge to figure out how much clear coat and how much base coat I have left? Do I have enough to even do a paint correction on it? So the idea is, after you do that, understand the three concepts. Compound corrects, polish shines, and wax protects. So let me say that again. Compound corrects, polish shines, wax protects. Okay. Waxes can add to depth and clarity because some waxes can, but for the most part, if you put a wax on the top of a paint that's just old and oxidized, what's happening is that the oils and whatever chemicals and carnauba that's in the wax is actually being soaked into the paint, into the dead paint, into the oxidized paint because it's dry. So that could be what you're experiencing. It may not be, but if you have water spots on the car or anything else, you may need to polish it. Light polishing can get off some light water spots and take out very, very, very minuscule imperfections in the paint. But if it's bad and it's never been polished before, you may need a compound. Then you need a compound. Then you need a polish. Then you need to wax it. And you can layer wax. So if it hasn't been waxed in a long time and the paint's dry, you may need to put a couple coats of wax on there, thin layers, and just layer it up. It looks like you already clay barred it. That's fine. You may need to do a iron decontamination on the paint. If you've already clay barred it and you still see like little orange or red specks in the paint on the back of the car, for instance, that could be iron contamination, and that could come from road, or that could come from, if you live up north, that could come from magnesium chloride or salt or whatever that they put on the roads. It's a lot of different things, and I've seen it even in some southern states to where they have a red clay which has a lot of iron content in it, and because they let it go into the paint, it stains the paint. So it actually stains it, and sometimes it can come out. Most of the time it can, but sometimes it's just been left on there so long that it's just ruined the paint. It's just stained it completely, all the way through the clear, all the way through the paint, all the way through the paint, and just stained it. So anyway, you need to evaluate your car. There's a few different things, but normally you should just be able to clay it, compound it, correct the paint, compound corrects, polish shines, and wax protects. And for instance, a good analogy is like this. If you take jewelry, for instance, right? You're not going to wax jewelry for it to shine. You're going to polish it. Same difference here. So if you want a crystal clear shine, you're going to have to do something. You're going to either have to do minor polishing, which is to shine it. But if you have major imperfections in the paint, like let's say a lot of swirls and stuff like that, you may need a compound, which is now you're getting into paint correction. So again, I would recommend that you do your research online. I recommend that you call chemical guys. Since this is what products that you're using, you can call them, ask them for input. And before doing it on your own car, I always recommend get a test panel from a junkyard, off of any kind of junk car. Just get a fender, get a panel, and practice on it before doing your car or anyone else's car. So that's what I recommend there. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some insight. And Chemical Guys does make good products, but it's just in the hands. Some people can work with certain products better. So it's all subjective. It's all subjective. But like all products are good. It's just subjective. Certain people have their, whatever floats their boat. Different strokes for different folks, So here we go. This right here, general question. This is 1 day ago, posted by that-one-guy 557. This says adding O&R to panel prep bottles. Ooh, didn't see any posts regarding the title. Just curious about the idea of adding extra lubricants, or if it's better just to use diluted isopropyl alcohol. Talking about the blue version without wax. I wouldn't recommend mixing any chemicals. Don't mix any kind of all-purpose cleaners with another cleaner. Don't mix something like isopropyl alcohol, which is a chemical, with a lubricant. O&R, which is, if people don't know, an O&R is basically a rinseless wash. So I would recommend don't do that. Use the products, and if you're doing a prep, I'm assuming for a ceramic coating, people are saying if you're using for a panel for a prep for a coating, it's best to use the manufacturer's own panel prep, so it doesn't help level their coatings. The comment above it below: mixing chemicals is not only a great idea for wax or sealants you might be able to get away with, but for coating. Okay, so yeah, you may not get away with, and you can kind of. I'm with the people that are commented that. My thing is, use the products that they're meant for. Don't mix anything. When you start mixing stuff, when it comes to cleaners and solvents and stuff and lubricants and stuff like that, don't do it. Don't do it. And if it's a ceramic coating, You need to use what that ceramic coating manufacturer is recommending for you to do. Don't try to go around. Don't try to cut corners, because it always ends up bad. Haste makes waste, and trying to cut corners isn't ever good. So we don't do it. We don't cut corners. So this right here, before and afters from Flan Bro, and I hope that helps out. That going back to that -1-guy 557. Semi Fubar headlight restoration before and after from Flan Bro. Looks great. Fantastic. Oh, this guy right here, he posted on the detailing forum, just a regular detailing. We already answered that, so that's that. Give me 1 second, everybody. Go ahead, and he's ripping apart. Wear and tear, buddy. Wear and tear. Ooh, D335D. 2 days ago, general question: Bpf film for headlights. I have a question. I bought some new headlights, which I wanted to protect them with a transparent film. Can't find none, but I can't find none with a good quality. I looked up in Amazon, but they resell poor stuff or the same blank from AliExpress. Previously bought some, but the quality is mediocre. Like our detailer charged €100 for one headlight. Where you guys buy the films when you are from Europe or France? I don't know. I don't know, but I will tell you this. If you want your stuff to turn out good and you're dead set and you're really set and your heart is set on getting a PPF put over your headlights to protect it, and you just bought some new headlights and you already went through that expense and you can afford it, save yourself the headache and just let the local detailer apply their PPF to it. Ask them if they have a warranty with it, or ask them how to care for it. I don't see how they could really warranty the PPF except for like maybe it peeling or something, because what it is, you're going to get wear and tear on the PPF. That's what it's made to do. So it's going to get rock chips, it's going to get bug etching, it's going to get all that in there. That's what PPF does. And people don't want to talk about that other side of PPF, but that's what happens. But when it gets used and it gets rough, you take the PPF off, that paint protective film off, and then you put new on it. Boom, and your headlights still look good. Okay, so anyone else's IK foam blaster 2 liter needs consistent pumping. Now, going back to that, let me go back to that real quick. That does not protect against crazing, which is called like the drying out of the headlights, which causes it to yellow and crack and stuff. That doesn't protect against any of that. The only thing that PPF is going to do is protect it against impacts and bugs and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's not a one-side. It's not going to solve everything. Nothing ever does. Nothing ever solves everything. The headlights can still leak. They can still have problems. That's just the nature of it. So, next person, I feel invincible. Anyone else's IK foam blaster 2 liter needs constant pumping. This is from I Feel Invincible 1. I have an IK Foam Pro 2, and after pumping it to the point where I can't pump it anymore, I get to spray out about half of the wheel before I need to pump it again. It slows down really quick. The purple nozzle tip on it. I'm using diluted P&S brake duster. Or is this how they are? Oh, yeah. See what people say. Alright, that's expected. A lot of the air you are pumping is used to make bubbles foam, unlike a normal pump sprayer, which is the air to push around the product. I see, so the air is going to the bubbles. Do you think if I switch to tip, make a difference? Foam tips are usually green, gray, or orange. They're attached. Alright, so I'm not familiar with this particular pump, so I can't really help you. Let me show some love right here. So Guko Sensei before and after 3 days ago. Absolutely love how these panels turned out. Yes, I do like that, my friend. That turned out awesome. That turned out pretty good, man. Nothing bad to say. Turned out good. Good job. Anybody that gets out there and they work hard, I have nothing bad to say about anybody who gets out there and they work hard and they feel accomplished and they feel good about themselves. I'll never knock anyone down because that's the wrong thing to do. And that doesn't mean that they're not doing a good job, because it's an absolute good job, but hating on people and saying bad stuff or anything else, it doesn't solve anything. Unless you're going to give them what is it called? Constructive criticism, like, okay, hey, this is how you can do better. Then that's when you say it. But this right here, this looks great. This looks great. Spill, all right, so next person, suitable tomorrow, _91. Spill technician's choice, tough stuff, wheel cleaner on my arm at work while putting it in a spray bottle. Would a hydrofluoric acid mess me up, or suitable _tomorrow _91. He went on to say, we have a 8-gallon jug in my work for this tire cleaner with a little dispenser nozzle. We use this to clean cars to sell at our auction. While filling up a bottle at work, I got some on my arm and immediately washed it off for 1 minute. I didn't get much on my hand, but I'm petrified what's going to happen. It happened approximately 4 hours ago. 9/1/22. Considering calling a poison control center, but my coworkers in a group chat for work saying that they spilled some on themselves and they were fine. I also got spirits from a bottle in my eye a few days ago, and I was completely fine and flushed my eyes. Okay, I'm not going to click on anyone's stuff. So this is something that we've been hitting on with detailing, and we're going to hit more on, because one of the things that we practice with our business, being in the environments that we're in, is safety. Safety, 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 safety first, safety first, safety first. You need to speak to your immediate, I'm not sounding like, like what people say, a Karen. I'm not going to sound like that. This is reality. This is real life. So you need to talk to your supervisor. You need to talk to your supervisor. You need to talk to your management. And you need to get some kind of safety training. You need to find out what everyone is doing for safety. You need to be wearing gloves. If you're going to be working with stuff that is potentially hazardous, you need to be, in this right here from the first part, you had it on your arm, you need to have an MSDS sheet, material safety data sheet. What that is, that's going to tell you all of the stuff that you need to know about that chemical. You need to get that figured out. That right there. Every job site should have it on hand. If they don't, then they should have it. If it's not physical, then they need to have it readily available on computer or either a phone or something. So for their employees or subcontractors. So, and that's just it. It tells the reactions. It tells the treatment for exposure limits, exposure levels, all that kind of stuff. What's tolerable, what's not, the risk of using the products, everything else. You also need to get a hold of some PPE, some personal protective equipment. You need to be trained on how to use it, how to put it on, how to take it off. You need to be properly trained. If you're using something like hydrofluoric acid, any type of acid is not good. Your skin is the biggest pore in your body. So, if you're using an acid, it did get into your skin. It did go into your body. Now, how much is tolerable? I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna go to OSHA. And suitable tomorrow, suitable _tomorrow _91. I'm gonna be doing this for you. So I'm gonna say hydrofluoric acid, and I'm gonna say safety data sheet. We're gonna look right here. We're gonna go. And we're going to look at this. This is Sigma Aldris. Now, this is not the particular one that you have, but as you can see, it says classification, acute toxicity, oral, inhalation, dermal, that means on your skin, skin corrosion. This is all the stuff. This is OSHA. Serious eye damage can occur. This is your pictogram. This is your GHS labels. Okay. This is all your stuff that you need to do. Is fatal to swallow, contact with skin, or if inhaled. Causes severe skin burns and eye damage. Do not breathe dust, fume, gas. Do not get in eye, skin, or clothing. Wash skin thoroughly after handling. Do not eat, drink, or smoke when using. It goes on and on. You need to wear respiratory protection. You need to wear protective gloves, protective clothing, eye protection, face protection. There's a lot of stuff for you to look at here, and you need to, if on skin, gently wash with plenty of soap and water. Immediately calls a poison control center or a doctor or physician. On skin, hair, take off immediately, contaminated. Rinse skin in water, shower. Inhale, remove person to fresh air and keep comfortable. Breathe. For breathing, immediately call poison control center. In eyes, if in eyes. You know, it goes on and on. So this is hydrofluoric acid. Okay. This is what this is. Concentration. All this. General advice. Okay. It can mess you up. Hydrofluoric acid burns require immediate and specialized first aid and medical treatment. Since it's may be delayed up to 24 hours depending on the concentration of hydrochloric acid, the solution. So look, I'm just going to be honest with you. Most important symptoms and effects, both acute and delayed. So it goes into everything, containment, cleaning up, everything. So as you're going down, and as you click on each one, depending on which hydrofluoric acid that, because you're talking about hydrofluoric acid, whichever one that you're messing with, this is synonyms, hydrofluoric acid, MSDS preparation date, okay? It tells you what it smells like, it tells you what to look like, it tells everything that you need to know. So if you're just tuning in to this, we're talking about posted by suitable_tomorrow_91. He said that he got some hydrofluoric acid on his hand. Didn't get much on his hand. He got some on his arm, and then he wound up getting got a spritz. Also got a spritz from the bottle in my eye, and was completely fine. Look, you're saying that you got a spritz of hydrofluoric acid in your eyeball, in your eye. This is not good. Handling and storage. This material is very toxic. Inhalation and skin contact hazard. Corrosive liquid. Never work alone with this chemical. Another person should be in view at all times and be equipped and trained to rescue in case of leak spills. Here, closed handling system should be used. Avoid generating vapors or mist. And to release the vapors and mist into workplace air. Look, I don't know where you work, but I'm just going to tell you something. Safety, reliability, stability and reliability, normally stable. Toxicological, here's all your stuff. Ecological, fish, freshwater, it says that. Here's the thing. Transport, damaged goods, regulatory. So look, here's all your stuff. It says the same thing. These are corrosive to metals, skin corrosion, category 1A, inhalation, dermal, oral. Okay, it's fatal if swallowed, fatal in contact with skin, fatal if inhaled. Look, that's enough of that. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Suitable_tomorrow_91. People, let's see what other people say. I called a poison control center. They told me it would have caused a reaction by now in some regard, and to only go to the ER if my arm is painful or discolored. Lost or UOP or replying with my second account. He said, yep. Shop should have readily accessible notebook with materials, data safety sheet for every chemical used, exactly for this reason. So, let me go back. So this right here, everyone is saying basically what I have said, but here's the thing. This person says right here the same thing that I just read on the MSDS sheets. Hydrofluoric acid can work its way through its skin over time. You might not feel pain now, but there's a chance it's doing damage. You need to see a doctor. And an applied hydrofluoric antidote gel. I don't know about that. I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about that. This person says the blankety blanket advice you can give with regards to chemical safety is to stop being soft. snowflake, which this is not a snowflake thing. This is the thing that really gets me, is that when it comes to safety, people misconstrue safety with, oh, well, you're being safe, so that means that you must be wimpy, I guess. Wimp. Like you're not a tough person because you're wearing safety equipment. No, safety is safety. So all these people were just saying, so that's pretty much that. Update has been 17 hours, no pain, and imposed on control center. Doctor said no need to come in if I didn't feel pain after 12-hour mark. I appreciate the concern from everyone. Helpful advice. I will probably never touch the tire cleaner again after learning how dangerous hydrofluoric acid is. Thanks. Honestly, you need to you need to find another job, or either you need to find some place else that has safe work practices, because if they're doing this and they're exposing you to other chemicals that you don't know about in the danger levels, and that's bad. And you should have a daily safety meeting. You should have a safety stand down when something like this happens. Your boss should have a safety stand down. You should have a job safety analysis report. There's a lot of stuff that you should be having in a legitimate work environment where you're working with chemicals like this. So that right there, probably going to wrap it up for tonight, everyone. That was pretty disturbing for me to read that. We just ran into 2 hours. I appreciate everyone, whoever's going to watch this and sit through this live. I definitely appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate everything. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. I am now going to read the disclaimer again. Due to factors beyond the control of Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC, Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC cannot guarantee against improper use or unauthorized modifications of this information. Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC assumes no liability for property damage or injury occurred as a result of any of the information contained in this video. Use this information at your own risk. Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC recommends safe practices when working on vehicles and or with tools seen or implied in this video. Due to factors beyond the control of Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC, no information contained in this video shall create any expressed or implied warranty or guarantee of any particular result. Any injury, damage, or loss that may result from the improper use of these tools, equipment, or from the information contained in this video is the sole responsibility of the user and viewer, and not Exquisite Mobile Auto and Aviation Detailing, EXQUISITEMAD LLC. So that pretty much sums it up, everyone. I hope everyone has a great night. Be sure to like and subscribe. Remember to hit that bell if you're interested in booking a appointment in the Southeast United States. Please contact us at 800-292-2341. That's 800-292-2341, or exquisitemad.com. This has been another night. I am the CEO of EXQUISITEMAD LLC, and trademark pending. So got a lot of cool stuff going on. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Remember to hit that bell. We're going to be doing this multiple times a week. Hope you all enjoy. Until